Hi, I'm Chris Peacock, and I forgot to turn off my fan. It's hot in here, but I don't want to make you guys listen to that the whole time. This is The Vampire Diaries, Season 1, Episode 2, The Night of the Comet. Last episode, we met Stefan, his brother Damon. It was Damon, right? Not Damien. Yeah, Damon. Damon was right. They are vampires. I have no idea how old they are. Their uncle is, I think his name was Nick, and Stefan's living with him as his nephew. However, he's actually their descendant through some relation. I don't know. We met Elena and her brother Jeremy. I didn't care for Jeremy. Elena's cool. At least what I saw of her. Elena and Jeremy's parents were killed in a car accident. I don't know how long ago. A year-ish. I don't think it's been quite a year, but it happened during the previous school year anyway. And now Stefan is interested in Elena because he thinks she has something to do with Catherine, a girl that he used to like, I think. I don't know if she was a human and he liked her when he was still alive, or if she was also a vampire and he liked her when he was a new vampire. Don't know how that works out. We shall find out. I did, as I said last time, enjoy the episode way more than I did the first time I watched it. And from this episode onward, I have not seen any of this. I have not seen episode 2. I might have seen like stills of it at some point. I don't know that I have. I just don't know that I haven't. But I'll assume not for now. And even if that ends up being that I have, I probably won't recognize any of them when they come up as not stills. I'm assuming that the friend, I don't remember what her name is, the friend of Elena, who might be a psychic, is a psychic. It seems like that's a legitimate power that she has. I don't know if we'll find out for sure in this episode. Oh, also, the girl that Damon attacked, not the girl at the beginning who died, but the girl who is getting drugs from Jeremy. She survived, but she knew she was attacked by a vampire. I don't know if that's just because it was common sense, like she saw that a person attacked her and bit her, and she's like, okay, well that must have been a vampire, or if she had pre-knowledge about vampires. I don't know how that's going to play out. We'll see. Let's get into it. Is that a mosquito? I feel like I just heard a mosquito.
I knew it.
No, that's blood.
I told you it was gonna rain.
I don't get that. Alright. She's dead. Let's just get her. Thank you. Killing that guy was purely for sport, not for food. Because his blood was just flowing down all over the tent. Complete waste. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, obviously, real life, where there's no vampires, I don't support hunting people for food. But if you're a vampire, I don't mind the idea of vampires hunting people for food. As long as it isn't me. But hunting them for sport? I don't like that. Oh well. Nothing I could do about it even if I was there.
I feel completely and undeniably wide awake.
I still want
once,
to know
I don't regret the day before
if
it
his
begins.
ring
I welcome the day.
is needed if he doesn't
Because
go in
I
the
know.
sun.
Where is Jeremy?
He left early. Something about getting to woodshop early to finish a birdhouse? There is no woodshop, is there?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You could have been honest about that. A friend got attacked and you want to visit her in the hospital before school. You didn't have to lie. It's not like you're out in the woods doing drugs. I mean, I know you are her drug dealer, but that you didn't need to mention that part, especially since she's clearly not buying anything. She's in the hospital. But you didn't need to lie.
Originally discovered nearly 5 centuries ago, it hasn't been over Mystic Falls in over
This is
145 years.
All the
I don't have
Bronx
chocolate on my
sisters
face. I got
There was
scratched.
a time female writers weren't very accepted then.
Where did you get it?
By myself, but still.
My ancestors were these really cool Salem witch chicks or something.
All right.
Grams tried to explain it all.
I'm just going to
We
assume
all
that
the
that's
liquor
face
store
value
kinda
and
out.
she is a witch.
Crazy family, yes.
I'm sick of watching you play Vicky. If you hurt her one more time, I swear to God, I will kill you.
Damn, that was like a death threat. Did you hear that?
Did she say what kind of animal it was that attacked her?
She said it was a vampire.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, she wakes up last night, mutters vampire, and then passes out.
I guess there wasn't anything to that.
All right, it's the 3rd day of school and he's skipped 6 of his classes.
Mr. Tanner, are you aware that Jeremy and Elena's parents died?
4 months ago, a great loss. Car accident. Wickery Bridge, if I remember correctly. And you're related to the family Howe, the mother's kid sister. And the signs are there. He's moody, withdrawn, argumentative, hungover.
Okay, the teacher's 100% right about the drugs, but he seems to act like 4 months is long enough that he should be completely over it. I'm using that more based on what he was saying in episode 1 than I am anything he said in this conversation. 4 months... At 4 months, you're just a jerk, Mr. Teacher. You're still right about the drugs, though.
It's an impossible job, isn't it? Raising 2 teens.
It's been tough, but no, it's not.
Wrong answer.
What he's saying is right, but he's still being a jerk about it, so he's a jerk.
It was an animal that attacked you. It came out of the night and jumped you. You blacked out.
Okay,
It's
they
all
can
you
do-
remember.
That's all I remember.
An animal attacked
Okay.
you. You blacked out. It's all you remember.
That's all I remember.
You had to repeat it, but True Blood
What do you
Vampire
know?
could have done it in one. Sorry. I wasn't going to talk about other shows.
Okay, it's easy. Boy likes girl, girl likes boy, sex.
Caroline's right. It is easy. If I sit here long enough, I'll end up talking myself out of it instead of doing what I started the day saying I was going to do.
You've known him for 3 days.
Eat anyway. Anything to get a little distraction from life. Reality. And it worked. For a while. Never lasts, though. Hey, I'm not saying I wouldn't love to rail back and kick it, but with a thesis looming and a waistline expanding...
You tried.
Tyler is finally showing some interest.
You have to get over that, too. Do you see Mr. Concern? Tyler, are you under there? No.
It's not cool for people to know, okay? I'm older than you, and Matt and Elena would freak.
It suddenly occurred to me, Elena was dating Matt, and Matt is her brother, and he likes her, so assuming that he liked her before Elena and Matt broke up, that would have been awkward. That's not
Step in.
an invitation to come in. You can still get in trouble for trespassing.
I see why my brother's so smitten. It's about time. For a while there, I never thought he'd get over the last one. Nearly destroyed him.
The last one?
Yeah, Catherine? Oh, you two haven't had the awkward exes conversation yet.
It's been 3 days. They had one
Well,
conversation.
I'm sure it'll come up now. You know, I should break out the family photo albums. Or some home movies. But I have to warn you, he wasn't always such a looker.
They'd have to be fake. But I'd still like to see
should probably
your attempt.
It was nice to meet you, Damon.
No. Call him on it. I want to see the attempt.
Did the powers of persuasion work? Remember, if you don't feed properly, none of those little tricks work right.
How long was Elena here?
Oh, is that why you had to do it twice? Okay.
Scared.
Well, at least it's an ex-girlfriend. Wait till you date a guy with mommy issues, or cheating issues, or amphetamine issues.
Or all three.
Jeremy.
Or Jeremy.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Yes!
Ow, why? Why did you do that?
Listen
Get something
up,
bigger.
quit ditching class, or you're grounded. No discussion.
That was just an apple. How about like a bowling ball? I was literally just about to say, is this a dream? That was just rude.
Well, he's putting us all at risk. This girl in the hospital can talk.
She won't. I took care of her.
How does it put you at risk?
I'm not sure, Zach. I don't know how well it worked. I'm not as strong as Damon.
Is Zach the name I said earlier? I think I might have said Nick. Okay, he's Zach.
I found.
Like you care.
I am in
Looking
no
at
way
Gilbert?
rooting for Jeremy, but that doesn't mean I approved of that guy.
You know that Comet? It's been traveling across space for thousands of years. All alone.
Yeah, Bonnie says it's a harbinger of evil. You didn't tell me that you had a brother.
We're not close. It's complicated.
Always.
So, I wonder how long before she finds
You
out.
told me about your ex,
I don't want to know.
Catherine. We met and we talked and it was epic, but when the sun came up and reality set in.
I will never understand the teenage girl mind. Even when I was a teenage boy, I didn't understand the teenage boy mind, so... Okay, he's there.
That's your game now, dealing?
I'm not dealing.
Look, I'm sick of the tough love speech, Jared. It's clearly having no impact.
You and Jenna, between the two of you, it's
We can
enough
stop
already.
if you want. Send you to a therapist where you'll be forced to deal with it, or to rehab where you'll sit in group and tell some stranger how you let your life fall apart.
Elaine and I, we've known each other a long time. And we might not be together right now, but I'll look out for her. And I'll always look out for her.
Matt's a bit of a tool, but I like him.
Vampire.
Who did this to you?
You did!
Wrong.
Don't, Stefan. Don't. Stefan Salvatore did this to you.
Stefan Salvatore did this to me.
He's a vampire. A vicious, murderous monster.
Yeah, you won't be able to override his, will you?
You can feed and make her forget. Or you can let her run screaming vampire through the town square.
You want to expose me?
No, I want you to remember who you are.
Why? Let them chain me up and let them drive a stake through my heart. Because at least I'll be free of you.
What happened? Where am I?
Alright, well that worked out as
Good to
well
be
as it
home.
possibly could.
You okay?
What happened to you?
Your asshat of a history teacher shamed me good yesterday.
He is a
You
jerk,
got tannered.
even if he's right.
Been there.
Discover the impossible, Miss Summers. Got it. Thanks. Like I didn't know I was screwing up.
Her last name is Summers? Alright, I'm just gonna continue, and probably most of you know what made me think of that. I do legitimately feel bad, but not for you, for her.
I was hoping I'd see you again.
I'm not too worried about her off screen. I don't think she'll get killed off screen.
Sorry for barging in.
Who turns the crickets up?
Oh, I'm glad you're here.
The sound mixer turned the
We do like
crickets up.
things.
I'm scared, Stefan. I'm scared that if I let myself be happy for even one moment, that the world's just gonna come crashing down.
I understand that. At this point, Stefan I just find creepy, and Damon hasn't been inevitably redeemed, so kind of like her best with Matt out of all the people. Not that she needs to be with Matt. She could be single. That'd be fine too. Aww. I liked her. I didn't have any opinion of her this episode at all, but I can still put first episode into this. Yeah. That seemed more of a setup episode for other things. Nothing really happened if you look at it from the perspective of the girl that got attacked last episode. She had some character growth this episode, and it all got erased, so she had no character growth, which isn't a complaint. It's just kind of funny and sad, but funny. I still don't like Jeremy. Easily my least favorite character. It's not the actor, by the way. I think he's doing fine. And I imagine I will start to like Jeremy more. Just at the moment, I have limited amount of sympathy for him. I mean, I certainly have some. Certainly. It's only been 4 months, and as I said, I don't agree with the teacher at all that 4 months is plenty of time. Elena is coping way better, at least on the outside. Don't really know about the inside so much. The witch friend there, I'm assuming she really is a witch, and that's not a red herring. I'd actually like to know what she saw when she touched Stefan. Or maybe it was just a feeling. Who knows? Well, you guys probably know. The aunt had a lot more to do in this episode. I liked that. Got to know her character a little better. Her last name's Summers, I think. I think that's what she said. That's just hilarious. Yeah, I like her character. It certainly was a good effort on her part to try and talk to Jeremy. Certainly didn't work. My camera's not center on my... Whatever, it doesn't need to be center on the monitor. I probably moved it to put me better in frame or something. Yeah, out of the 3 romantic possibilities for Elena, well, at the moment, Damon's not one at all. Come on. Out of the 3, and I am going to include Damon, I like Matt the best. But having never been a teenage girl, I don't really find any of the 3 particularly date-worthy. We'll see if my opinion changes on that. But that doesn't mean I don't like the characters. That just means I don't like the characters as romantic interests for Elena. That's not the same as not liking them. Oh, man. Oh, well. I am enjoying this series way more than I thought I would. Hopefully that continues. I've heard, without spoilers, no worries, I have heard that it will get better as it goes along. So the fact that I at least like what I'm seeing now, even if I don't love it, tells me that this will all end up fine in terms of me wanting to continue watching it. As I said in the first episode, no matter what, I'm going to finish this season. But even if it stays at exactly this level of quality with no rise in quality, this is good enough that I'll continue past season 1. But I'm now expecting a rise in quality because I've been told there's one. So if it doesn't happen, I will be disappointed. I won't take it out on the show, though. No worries. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.